Now we move over in the second rotation to Lashenova. She's on the uneven bars. She is dynamite because her strength to weight ratio is very impressive. She's only 77 pounds and 4'7½". Look how powerful she is as she just blasts through this routine. Pirouette. Really high reverse head. Down to the low bar. That straddle move is called a Stalder, invented by Joseph Stalder for the men's high bar. Now the women are doing it. Look at the power on these giant swings. A tuck double back. She kind of slings it out a little bit and takes a step on the landing, but she is very, very strong. You can see what happens here on the dismount. She does a giant right over the top. She has a lot of power. She lets go just a hair early and slings it away from the bar, which causes her to over-rotate just a little bit. And the score is 9.863. Now her biggest competition is Daniela Silivash from Romania. She got the gold on this event in Seoul. Beautiful Stalder to start the exercise. Half turn to a front Stalder. Pirouette right to a Delchev. Nice combination of three very difficult elements back to back. Once again, she traversed to the low bar and then back up to the high bar for the finish. Giant free hip front with a half. One step on the landing. That is a nice routine. In fact, in Seoul, she got a 10 every time she performed on the uneven bars. She has some terrific combinations. This is the Delchev. It's a back with a half in a straddle position invented by Stoyan Delchev from the Bulgarian men's team. Here's her dismount, the giant to the handstand. This is a free hip front with a half. One small step, otherwise we would have been looking at a 10. Instead, she gets a 9.925 for Silivash. And now Svetlana Boginskaya from the Soviet Union. She has moved to her second event, which is the balance beam. She was 5th in Seoul on this event. Front on, what a nice opening move. The Soviets have been typically so strong because they combine terrific dance with outstanding acrobatics. Flip-flop, 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 3 in a row. There's a split leap. And a series of leaps, that's a requirement. Front handspring, that's a very difficult move because the landing is blind. You're flipping forward rather than backward. There's a full turn, that's also a requirement. Her dance style is different. It's sharp and precise. Not necessarily as fluid as some of the Romanians, but it's a really nice style. Oh, and a little bobble there. She did flip-flop layout, and she's going to lose a couple of tenths of a point for the loss of balance. Okay, she's backing up. She's going to use the full length of the beam to get ready for her dismount. It's a round off to a tuck double back, and she nails the landing. Great finish. She had a little trouble in the middle of the exercise, but the finish was terrific. Let's see from the overhead angle. This is a terrific opportunity to see what happens. She's right in line with these back handsprings. The layout is good, but I think she was a little short of rotation, didn't bend her landing leg enough, and it threw her off a little bit. The dismount was outstanding. The round off, and watch the reach. Tremendous lift with her arms. She pulls that around. She cowboys her legs a little bit, but she really knows how to spot the landing. 9.688 for Boginskaya.
Well, the Soviet Union is our surprise leader based on our high scores in the vault and parallel bars. Let's return to Stuttgart and Bart Connor as the competition continues.
At the halfway point in the women's all-around competition, Aurelia Dobry already took herself out of the running with a mistake early on the uneven bars, but Natalia Lashenova looks very strong. She is holding off Silivash and Boginskaya. However, Lashenova has yet to perform on the balance beam, one of her most inconsistent events, and Silivash has her 2 best events coming up. Both events she holds the Olympic gold in, so it's going to be a race right down to the end. You're looking there at Antje Wilkenloh from East Germany. She's a newcomer to the international scene. In fact, we know very little about her, except for the fact that if she's a representative of the East German team, you know she's outstanding because the East Germans have been strong for many, many years. Here's her first major tumbling run. Back handspring, layout, nicely done. She's very powerful. If anything, she's overdoing some of her skills, which is good. Stag handstand. She planges down and shows tremendous flexibility. That's called a pancake. Beautiful switch leg split leap to 2 straddle leaps, a beautiful combination of leaps. The judges are looking for acrobatic elements, for turns like that full turn, combinations of leaps. So far, this exercise is very clean. Here's the dismount. Round off, triple twist, a layout with 3 twists, and she nails the landing. Good exercise for Antje Wilkenloh. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of her. This is a terrific dismount. She does a round off. She's going to keep her body straight, which is laid out, and crank 3 twists before she makes the landing. Really nice dismount. 9.813 for Antje Wilkenloh from East Germany. You're looking at Svetlana Boginskaya from the Soviet Union. She has an incredibly unique floor routine. Let's watch. Full in. Double full punch front. Nice combination. Here's her final run. One step out through the double full. Well, it's easy to see why this young lady won the silver medal in Seoul in floor exercise. This is her final tumbling run. It's a front step out, which is very high, through to a layout twist. Now you find most of the top gymnasts are doing double backs or full twisting double backs at the end, but she had a clean routine. 9.913. This is Natalia Lashenova on the beam. Front flip on. She is so powerful. She tends to be a little inconsistent on the beam, but I love her style. Here's her first run, flip-flop layout. Oh, and she's off. She had trouble right from the start. You could tell when she took off for the layout that she was a little bit crooked. She has a lot of problems containing that unbelievable power. She'll lose a half a point, and she has to continue with her exercise. She showed her full turn. She's showing terrific dance elements, good flexibility, nice split leap. You know that she's thinking about giving up a half a point because she made a major mistake, but it's important not to look back. She has to look forward and complete the rest of this exercise. The back walkover to a layout. What power. Back walkover, straddle down. Setting up for her dismount. Back handspring, tuck double back. How incredible. Really unfortunate that she had trouble on that layout because the rest of the exercise was very nice. Let's see if we can find out what happened. She does a back handspring to a very high layout. It's really hard to say what happened. I think she just overdid it. She had so much power, she over-rotated a little bit and had trouble containing it. This dismount is amazing because she shows the tremendous power on those back handsprings. Look at the height and the ease of the rotation on that double flip. Unfortunately, that major break is going to cost her. 9.35 is all she'll get. Now we turn our sights to Daniela Silivash from Romania on beam. This is an event where she is also the gold medalist from the games in Seoul. She has incredible technique and a terrific style. She models herself after the famous Romanian gymnast Nadia Comaneci. In fact, she said by the time she was 8 years old, she had decided she wanted to be the next Nadia. Here's combination tumbling, flip-flop, layout, perfect. What makes her so terrific is she has great flexibility, great economy of movement, and yet she is so explosive she can do all the acrobatic elements as well. Once again, back handspring, one-handed on the second back handspring. Good combination. The beautiful flexibility in the stag handstand. She moves so easily. Full turn, a little bobble there, but so far no room for any major deductions. She's setting up for her last run, which will be the dismount. Back handspring, tuck double back, and a slight over rotation, but that is a very nice exercise. Once again on this combination, back handspring, 2 feet takeoff to a tuck double back, a little bit of cowboy. In fact, if she cowboyed less, she might have stuck that landing. With a 9.95, Silivash takes the lead after the third rotation. We'll be back after we hear from Craig Sager in our Atlanta studios. This is the young lady that was heartbroken in Seoul. She lost the all-around and then came back to win 3 of the 4 events in the finals. Double full to punch front. She continues back to another double full. So far, a very clean exercise and a lot of fun, too. Nice high tuck double back. Nothing to it. Daniela Silivash. A really appreciative crowd here in Stuttgart as they applaud that performance. This could clinch her the all-around title. She was nearly perfect. Here's the double full to a punch front. She cowboys a little bit, but she continues through to another double full. Combination tumbling invented by Oksana Omelianchik from the Soviet team. 9.975 is going to clinch the all-around title for Silivash. This young lady's having a terrific competition from East Germany. This is Antje